Welcome to the channel. Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about the difference between the Yamaha MG10XU and the Mackie ProFx 10 version 3 for musicians, podcasters, streaming, and I'm going to show you why I'm dumping the Yamaha. It's getting put back in a box and shipped back to Amazon returns today because this mixer has a few fatal flaws, I believe, that the Mackie solved. Now, I do like this mixer. I think it's beautiful, it's pretty, I like the color, I like the effects. I bought it because it has compression, it has EQ, it has 3-band EQ compression and internal effects and a USB. Okay, so it has those things, and I thought this was it. So I buy it. I rave about it on a YouTube video. I say it's amazing. I've had a Yamaha before. I'm really happy with it. I set it on its stand. It even has a little stand. It comes with a stand adapter. You can put it right on I've got it right here, you know, and I'm noticing that there are a few things that are really wrong with it. And I'm going to go into this other camera and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So check this out. So I did buy the ProFx version 3 and I'm going to tell you why I love that board. But this is the problem with the Yamaha. Number one, I'm using a Shure SM57, any mic. I've got to crank this to the heavens to get it to actually be loud enough. So these preamps don't have enough juice. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I found out that I have to have this all the way up, almost all the way to just the heavens to get any tone to come through OBS. So when I'm working on OBS, you can see that right now I want to be right up in here. I want to be up and near the red. And in order to get that, I had to go in and gain up the OBS input over 10 dB. Okay, so I got on some forums and I thought, well, I'll check it out. And I found out through the forums that this mixer, they said, well, you got to turn the compressor all the way up and you got to turn the gain all the way up and turn this all the way up, and then you'll be at -15 coming out of USB. Now, is that true or not? But I did find that it was very low. It was too low for me to do anything useful. Also in my headphones, the really bad killer on this is that the headphones are noisy, just all the time. When you get enough volume going through this mixer, it just feels like there's hiss. And you know what? I found that there was hiss, and I found that there was hiss on the recordings later when I listened back. I would hear this just hiss. And yes, I have my laptop here. It's got a fan, and you can probably hear a little bit of that noise, but I'm talking about just a consistent noise floor in the Yamaha that was unacceptable to me. I want better audio. I want cleaner audio. I don't want to feel like, I mean, we're not in 1980 at Radio Shack, you know, buying Radio Shack gear. Which, by the way, I like Radio Shack, and I miss you, Radio Shack. Amazon has replaced you. That is just the truth of it. So the last thing that I did not even realize till I was chatting with somebody on my channel, and they're like, oh, I really love the Mackie. So I was like, well, let me look at the Mackie. So I pulled it up, and I was like, oh my goodness, the Mackie has one thing on it that that just really blows the Yamaha out of the water for you if you're trying to do this. Well, look at this. Here's what it is. Simple. Yamaha, what were you thinking? There's no mute buttons on this Yamaha console. Not a mute button anywhere. Okay, there's a stereo mute for like everything, I think. I don't understand that, but there is on the Mackie ProFx version 3, Pro 10X. Look, it has everything that the Yamaha has. It has everything it has. But it has way better preamps. I'm talking way better, way quieter, way more gain. I can put this like here and it's enough gain. So that tells you, just if you're not super technical, this has got a lot more gain. It says plus 60. Okay, that's a ton. And you can see that over here, this says plus 64. I don't believe that. I don't get it. I don't understand what the point is. Plus 64, it doesn't make any sense. Because it was never loud enough, okay? And then the other thing that this has is mute buttons. They light up, they're pretty, okay? So if you're putting together your stuff and you've got your mix all dialed in and you just want to mute some stuff, just mute it. I mean, why would you not have a mute button on this little thing? I understand they're saving space, etc., so I get it. This also, you know, this has some cool stuff. I like the colors of this board better. This has phantom power. I like everything about this mixer. I like that it's slimmer. It's better looking, I think. But this one is cleaner, as clean as I could possibly ever dream or imagine for a console. It has the effects, it has compression on 2 channels, it has 3-band EQ, it has mute buttons. Praise the Lord and hallelujah for the mute buttons, has 48B. It has something that, the one thing that I think the Yamaha beat the Mackie in, and I just don't know that I understand the Mackie mixer yet, is that you can plug your iPad or your iPhone or your computer in here and you can do reaction videos and stuff like that with this. This is totally doable, but this USB worked better, okay? This works good in the computer, but in terms of sending the signal back to you and getting, like for reaction videos, I'm still having a hard time figuring out exactly how to do that, and if I figure it out ever, I will let you know. But what I do right now is I take my headphone out of my computer, put it in line 9 and 10, just right there, headphone jack in, and then I mix what I want and I send USB back the whole signal for the thing. So the Mackie mixer just whoops the Yamaha mixer's butt all day, in my opinion, because of noise, because of no mute buttons, and the Yamaha gets this one little punch and like ding, because it has a little bit easier to use USB interface where you push the button down and it just worked. So there was no weird split routing. I feel like the Mackie mixer has a little more complicated function, like it's made so you can blend these two together, and I can kind of see that, like if you have a certain need for this, I think this is probably, they thought it through. But the Yamaha, just you push the button and the channel was there. It was like that was your computer audio. It was super easy. I have not been able to get the Mackie to do that yet. So, and I've looked at forums. I'm not sure that anybody knows how to do that. If you know how to do that, tell me. Tell me how to do it. I just want to be able to play my computer audio and just hear it back, mix it into channel 9 and 10, and send it back to the stereo. That's what I want. Because when you're doing a reaction video, I'm playing the YouTube video on my computer and I'm running the sound through the mixer, I'm listening to my voice, I'm mixing that together so I can talk over the video, make comments, and then it goes back into the computer. So I think that the Mackie will do it. Just a Yamaha, if I was gonna give it 2 little thumbs ups, it was like, it's prettier, and the USB routing function is easier, but that is not worth it. This thing is going back. This thing is going back because it is noisy. And I have another Yamaha. I have like the 8X8 VU or something, an older version of this mixer. Same thing, it's noisy. The headphone jack on this thing is so, it's like the whole time. I thought my other mixer was broken. I bought this brand new one and I'm like, well, is that broken too? I don't know. I like the Yamaha mixer. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why it's so loud and why it doesn't have very good gain on it. So if you're a USB guy, you want to put this into your computer, this is a great mixer, the Mackie Pro. And I'm going to show you one last thing before I leave, because the Yamaha has a really cool mic stand adapter. It's like a swivel stand, so you can put it on a stand. I haven't found that for the Mackie. I found it's got this little mic thing. You can plug it in there, just screw it in and it's flat. But I like my mixer to be right here at this level and tilted, so when I'm mixing, I can just look from my computer over and mix it. So what I did was I took the mount off the Yamaha, it screws onto a mic stand, and then I just made a board and I cut holes out and I put some Velcro on the bottom of this real fast. Which I use for my pedal boards, and then I have this right here. I'm going to try to show it to you. So it's over there. It's a little messy, but see that? It's a mixer board. It's got the holes that match the feet. It's got the Velcro. It can go up and down, and it can tilt, and it can sit right in my other studio, which is over there. So today I'm doing a much different version of my studio, but right now I've got a stand now. I stole the Yamaha mount, and that's what it is. When you're looking for something this specific, especially if you are a musician, if you are just a podcaster and you just need a good vocal, I don't see a whole point in having this mixer. Having something like this, or having the small version, or just a little, like one of those red Scarletts where you just plug your mic in and man, it sounds good. But if you want reverb, if you want to plug in a couple guitars, a loop pedal, that's what I do. I have a loop pedal, a couple guitars, a mic, and I want to do a little mix like I'm performing on my live stream sometimes. But I want to have effects, and I want to have compression on my vocal. No post-production needed. I don't have to go back into Logic and mix it. I can mix it in my ears, make it sound super sweet, and then just push it out to my Facebook feed or my OBS stream and be done, okay? And so what happens is That's why I want this. That's why I really wanted this mixer. And then if you're really excited and you want to go a little more, if you're a musician and you're like, I want to do a little more, check out this mixer and some of the videos on my channel. This is the Zoom L12 live track mixer. This thing is what I'm running through right now. It's super clean. It has a 12-channel recorder. It has headphone jacks. I mean, this thing blew my mind. That mixer blew my mind. It is my main mixer. This is really just what I'm using as an audio interface for my live streams. But when I'm doing projects, when I'm making content, when I'm making courses, when I'm gonna be recording, when I'm setting up little band stuff or doing anything, it's gonna be the Zoom, because it has an internal multi-track recording function, and it's just amazing. God bless you guys. If you have any questions about how to get this into your computer, how to stream for your church, how to figure out your Facebook, how to get your podcast studio set up, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Send me a comment and I'll make more content just like that, just for you. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.